Hello, friends and family. Got some bad news today, and it is that Shelly, my goldfish, is sick with dropsy again. She first had dropsy in October, and she got a few doses of antibiotics, and she recovered. And I put her on a strict diet of like no food so that her kidney will recover. And I thought she was doing all well, but of course I'm always like always worried that it might come back. And so my worst fears is that yeah, the dropsy is back. So I think she'll just be palliative from now on, especially with the weather this cold. It's kind of hard to treat them. Anyways, I think it's because whenever I feed, even though I hand feed the koi, some of the food escapes out of my hand, and she ends up getting some of the pellets or some of the shrimps. And yeah, so she eats here and there. As you can see, she's nowhere to be found. Like this morning, I can't find her. She's usually swimming around this area, and I can't even find her. She must be like, hopefully not dead anywhere, but maybe sitting at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is gonna disturb the pond a little bit. I'm gonna, since it's becoming to be sunny, I'm gonna take off some of the styrofoams that's covering the window and see if that disturbance wakes her up or get her excited that they're gonna be fed. Okay, so hang on here. I'm gonna go outside. You guys watch to see if Shelly comes out from somewhere. Oh good, there she is. So that's good. Did you see her? She's right there. I noticed last few days her body's becoming wide, and looked at her scales closely, and I noticed that they are like lifting again a little bit. So yeah, she's got dropsy. So anyways, we're gonna go out there and feed them a little bit of shrimps, hand feed them, and have a see whether we can have a closer look at Shelly. I haven't been feeding much lately. I've cut back on the food because I noticed that my nitrates are going up. Can you see from right to left? The colors are, the nitrates are getting darker. sorry, maybe I got it backwards. And right here, this is 5 milligrams per liter, and then it's creeping up to 10 milligrams. And as I cut back on the food, the nitrates are becoming lighter. So I'm gonna test for nitrates again today, and we'll have a look. Okay, I'll see you at the pond side. So I've never actually heard of any fish recover from dropsy, and I thought I'd be the first to document it. So I've always had my fingers crossed, and if I made it such that Shelly recovers by summertime or the end of summer, I can be assured that she's recovered. I didn't know it'd be this early for her to be sick again. I've heard a couple of times that they recover from dropsy with antibiotics, and they always come back. So this is what I was afraid of, that it does come back, and they don't recover after the second time, after the scales starts lifting again. Feeding them just 3 pieces of shrimp cut up in small pieces, and I'm gonna do it so that none of the food escapes, so that Shelly doesn't get any of the food. I can't even find her. I noticed this baby too has got a little bit of ulcer coming out of her right side there. So the water must be bad. And Kobe here, the funky, he's got the typical car pox on his head. Usually it just disappears. Where's Shelly? See? It's all white. And Carla here has developed some car pox on the red scale. Shelly, you okay? See, there she is. Pretty bad. So here, Carla here is developing a fair amount of tar pop on her belly here. See it? This one here is like a boil. And you can see it better if you move her towards. What I'm waiting here. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. So I've run out of reagents for my chlorine, total chlorine meter. So I need to order some more. And the order is for 25 reagents from Hanna, and that would cost $11. But the shipping is $15 for the $11 of reagents. So that wasn't worthwhile. So I ended up purchasing some more of these meters so that the shipping comes all in one. So it'll be more cost effective. So I ended up buying a Hanna Ammonia Low Reading meter, and I also ordered Nitrite Low Reading meter from Hanna. So I ended up buying some more of these reagents. These meters are $67 each, and this reagent, total chlorine, is $11 for a package of 25, and might as well order more of these nitrite reagents. They're $18 for a package of 25. But the meter itself comes with 6 of these. So never tested it yet, but we're gonna do ammonia reading for the first time with these kits. Okay, so I went ahead and filled the cuvette with 10 mils of pond water. Clean the cuvette. Turn on the meter until it says C1. Then we have to zero it. Just a press quick press. Until it says C2. I don't know why it's taking so long. There you go. And then it's supposed to take it out. And add 4 drops of reagent A, this one, one, two, 3, 4. Close the cap, then you're supposed to swirl it. And then add 4 drops of reagent B. One, 2, 3, 4. Swirl it. Oops. And then press and hold until you see the timer. And it'll count down from 3 minutes and a half. So we'll get back to it when it's almost over. And the results are 0. That's weird. I didn't expect to be 0. I guess I should be happy. I was thinking maybe like 0.0 something, but I didn't expect to be 0 because I also just fed them. Apparently, after you feed them, you should get some sort of low ammonia reading after feeding. But anyways, I'll check again in a week to see whether that stays 0, or I don't know how I can verify that. But even with the API drop test kit, I read 0. That is in compared to a reading of distilled water. They're as yellow as the reading on my pond water. Anyways, we'll go ahead and do the nitrite now. Okay, and this reads in parts per billion, so it's more accurate. Just sort of an FYI, the first time you try to put batteries in these, when you take out the screw from the bottom here, you'll feel like this bottom here should easily come out, but sometimes it doesn't, and it's stuck. It doesn't come out easily, so you just have to be careful that you don't pull any electronics while taking out the battery cover. So what I did is sort of take a sharp knife and sort of get a little bit of lip there, and then run your fingernails across to pry the door open. And it's not that easy. And I'll show you why it's sort of stuck. And it's because the pins here is tied into these other pins here. Alright, so put the battery in there and then shut the door, and it should be good to go. So we're going to go ahead and do the Nitrite Low Range now. I've already filled the vial with 10 ml of pond water, and I got my reagent ready so that all the powder is ready to go into the vial there. And we're going to go ahead and zero the meter. Press it on until you see C1. Just a quick press to zero it. There you go. I put the powder inside. And you're supposed to shake it for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Just making sure there's no fine air bubbles inside. I think that should be good. And then press and hold until you see the countdown. And it looks like it's going to be 15 minutes. So we'll get back when it's almost done. So my nitrite reading is 2 parts per billion. I think that's extremely low. That's what I like about these meters that reads in parts per billion, because at least a good portion of the time it'll give you a number that you can use as a baseline. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and check the total chlorine now. So my total chlorine today is up to 6 parts per billion again. It was 0 about a week ago. And my nitrates have come down to 5 milligrams per liter. And it's down from 10 about a week ago. So what I've been doing is cutting back on the feeds. So instead of 10 grams of food, I've been giving 6 grams every other day. And instead of 5 pieces of shrimps every day, I've been skipping every other day and only giving 4 or 3 pieces of shrimps. My nitrates have been really good in the month of January, I've been giving like consistently 10 grams of pellets and 5 grams of shrimps every day, and it's been about, the nitrates have been about 5 or 6 milligrams per liter. And then after this line here is February, and then all of a sudden it's jumped up to 10 milligrams per liter. And I always have bad luck when nitrates go up. So around this time, as I told you, Shelly's got dropsy, and also my baby koi has developed an ulcer on the right side of his body. So I don't know why it jumped up. Again, this is a learning curve for me. I've never given this much food during the winter season. Yeah, I'll see how it goes. I'm gonna see if perhaps my filters aren't handling or can't handle this much food during the winter time, especially when the weather is colder now. Also, it could be because I did test the water supply, the city tap water for nitrates. I thought it's a little bit higher than normal. The color is a little bit darker. But yeah, the pond temperature has for the month of January, that's all of January, the temperature's been about above 14 here anyways, and slowly has become below 14 degrees, and it averaged about 14.4 degrees for the month of January, and then average high of 14.6 in the pond. The temperature outside, we've had average low of -3 and average high of 5 degrees, which is about the same as last year. I didn't take as detailed track of the weather as previous years as this year's. See what the pandemic can do in lockdown. And now in the month of February, we've had lots of cold weather. Not much snow though, but it's just been really cold. We've had lows of -13, and the pond temperature has kind of plummeted down into the mid-13 C's. In terms of what kind of weathers we've had in the month of January, we've only had 5 full sunny days in the month of January, and typically around here we get more sunny days in February. So far we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's only mid-February. So typically it's brighter here, but it's colder in the month of February. So anyways, how's that for the weather report? And that's it for the update, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys have any questions, or if you want me to cover anything, comment down below. Okay, you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.